what is map method. So guys, map method executes the given function on every element of an array and returns a new array. Okay, so let me explain what I said. So here we have a nums array which contains 5 elements. Okay, so let me take a new variable. So I'm going to type new array. Okay, new array, and let's write here num.map. Yeah, okay. Now this map will take an argument as function, and that function can be anonymous function or named function. Okay, so let's write here function, and let me name it as greet. Okay, awesome. Now inside this, let's write console.log hi. Okay, yeah, super. Now let's write here node map.js. Yeah, you see guys, we got hi printed 5 times. Why? Because as I said, this function will execute on every element of an array. So we have 5 elements. On every element this function has executed, and we got hi printed 5 times. Okay, now let me remove this one. We don't need this greet name also. Okay, now if I do the same thing, you see guys, we got the same output, and this is anonymous function. Okay, now this function will take 3 parameters. Okay, first parameter is value. Second parameter is index, and third one is array. Okay, now let's print them one by one and let's see what they will represent. So first I'm going to type here value. Okay, yeah, awesome. And let me clear this one, and let me write here node map.js. Yeah, you see guys, we got array elements printed as 1 2 3 4 5. That means this value represents the current element of an array. If this function is executing on this first element, then value is equal to 1. Likewise, second, then value is second. If function is executing on value third, then the value equal to third. Okay, simple. Now the index, as it says, index represents the index of elements of an array. Simple. Now if I type here node map.js, you see we'll get 0 1 2 3 4, because index will start from 0 and we have 5 elements, so 0 to 4. Simple. And next one is array. Like the name says, it represents the current array itself, that means num itself. So I will write here array, and let me run it again. Sorry, you see we got array printed 5 times. Okay, awesome. Now we don't need this array and index, so let me remove this array and index. Let's keep the value, and here instead of this, let's do an operation. So maybe I can write return value. Where is that? Yeah, value multiplied by 2. Okay, awesome. And let's write here console.log what is that? New array. Okay, it's a new array. Right, now here let's write map.js. Yeah, you see guys, we got 2 4 6 8 10. That means each element of this array is getting multiplied by 2, and we are getting the resultant output. Okay, awesome. Now guys, we can do the same thing with forEach method also, right? So let's try that. Let's take a new variable for that. Maybe let's name it as new array 2. Okay, and let's write num.forEach. Okay, and this will also take a function, and let's take parentheses, and inside this let's write return value multiplied by 2. Before that we need to pass the parameter value also. Okay, and here also this value represents the current element of this num array, that is this one. Okay, awesome. And let's print that one. So let me write console.log what is that? New array 2. Yeah, awesome. So now let's clear this one. Yeah, sorry, here we need to write new array 2. Awesome. So now let's write here node map.js. Yeah, you see guys, first we got undefined, and then we got 2 4 6 8 10. That means this is throwing undefined, and this is throwing modified elements. Okay, and this is throwing undefined. Now this is the main difference between forEach method and map guys. forEach method always returns undefined. It won't return a new array or something. But in case of map always return a new array with transformed elements or with modified data, that is 2 4 6 8 10 here in this case. Okay, so this is the main difference that I want you to understand between forEach method and map. Okay, awesome. So let me comment this one, we don't need that. And here let's replace this with arrow function. Okay, so let me remove this one, and instead of function let's put arrow function. Okay, and let's write a fat arrow, and here let's write value. Okay, value, and let me just remove this one. Yeah, awesome. And as we know, if there is only one parameter, we don't need this parenthesis, and if it is only returning one line, then we don't need this curly brackets as well. So let me simplify it a little bit. Yeah, Awesome. So let me remove this one as well. Yeah, awesome. Now this looks much simpler, right? Let's run it again. So I'm gonna write node map.js. Yeah, you see we got the same output and this looks much simpler, right? Yeah, awesome. Now guys, what is the purpose of map actually, right? So we use map method when we want to map these elements to something else, right? For example, I want to map this array of elements into an object. Okay, so for that let's take a new object. So I'm gonna come here and here let's take let object equal to, so let's write num.map and let's take callback function and let's write here what is that, we need to return an object with key value pair, right? And the value should be this array elements. Okay, so let's take an object. So I'm gonna write let obj equal to, yeah, so here first we should pass parameter as value because we want a value, right? That's why. And here let's write our property as roll number. Okay, yeah, and this roll number should be the value of an array, right? Awesome. And let's return that object. So let's write here return obj. Yeah, awesome. And let's write here console.log capital obj. Awesome. Let's clear this one and let's write node map.js. Yeah, you see guys, we got array of objects and each object contain one property, that is roll number, and the value is array elements. So that means using map method we have mapped this array of elements into objects with key value pair. Okay, so this is one more example that will help you in while creating real world applications. Okay, and here we don't need to create an extra object and we don't need to return that, guys. We can simply write return. I'll copy this one and I'll paste it here. So let's remove all these things. Yeah, we can directly return this object and let's turn this into this one. Okay, so for that let's first remove this parenthesis because we have one parameter. Okay, and let's remove this return keyword also. Okay, and we don't need this one as well. Let's remove this one and this one as well. Yeah, let's put it here. Yeah, awesome. Now let's print it again. I'm gonna clear this one and let's write node map.js. Yeah, you see guys, we got undefined, like total array of undefined. Why? Because when you are using this syntax, this arrow function is considering this as arrow function code block, right? It's like what we are doing inside the arrow function. It's not treating this as an object that it should return. To make that happen, we need to cover that inside a parenthesis. Okay, now if I do this thing, now JavaScript engine will understand that we are trying to return the object with roll number property and value is this value, that means this value. Okay, so now let's write here node map.js. You see, now we got back the same output. Okay, so this is how you need to write when you are creating an applications, when you come across this map method and when you are trying to get object out of array of elements. Okay, now with map method we can also do something called chaining of methods. So that means I can have one more map method here. Yeah, interesting, right? So I can have one more map method, I can take one more callback function which is arrow function and I can return something. So maybe I will return value plus 1. Okay, so let's set value plus 1. So what happens here is that first from this we will get some output, and to this output we are doing one more map method. That means, for example, if 1 is to 2 is 2, then we are adding 1 to that 2. That means we'll get output as 3. Okay, so let me not confuse you. So I'm gonna write here node map.js. So let's see what we missed. Value is not defined. Oh, sorry guys, here also we need to take value. Okay, yeah, and let me clear this one and let me write here node map.js. Yeah, you see we got 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Why? Because first we have added map method which is value into 2. That means 1 into 2 and the output is 2. And to this output we are again adding one more map method and that is value plus 1. That means 2 plus 1 which is 3. Likewise 5, 7, 9, 11. So this is how we can chain methods. We can add multiple methods which is not possible in case of forEach method. Okay, or maybe here I can have filter, right? We will see about this filter method in the next video, but we can also have different methods here. Like I can have filter, and here also I can take callback function, and I can do something here, right? Maybe I will return value greater than or equal to 5 something, right? And let me print that one. So let me write here node map.js. Yeah, you see now we didn't get output as 3 because 3 is not greater than or equal to 5. That's why we got only elements starting from 5. Simple, right? We have used map method, and we have used one more map and one more filter. This is the concept of chaining. Okay, this we cannot do in for each method, right? So I hope you guys understood what is the purpose of map method. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and consider subscribing, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.